Hi there folks, we're starting some seeds today and I wanted to show you our seed starting bed and the simple system which we're using. So in a previous video I have shown you how I did a simple prep for this bed, and now we started the seed planting, the seeding of the bed, and we reached about this point, maybe 30% or 40% left of the bed empty, which will be for another day because it's sunset soon and we have to wrap it up for today. And I wanted to explain quickly what you'll be seeing in the time lapse which I already shot, so you understand better, even though I think this system is pretty simple and self-explanatory. The bed is our natural soil. We dumped maybe 100 liters of well-rotted sieved manure on top of that 3 weeks ago, and then covered it with this plastic translucent tarp for those 3 weeks to warm the soil up. And now what we're doing is we're doing small rows, and each row is a single variety or species. So starting at one end, we're doing a list in my notebook which the wife makes and numbering each of the row, and then gradually we move in that direction, each separate variety in another small row. After I put the seeds onto the soil, I don't dig them down, I just level the soil using this plank and scatter the seeds on the surface. And after I have scattered the seeds, this is cilantro, coriander, I put maybe 1 centimeter deep layer of our homemade compost on top of it, also sieved, and it's a bit wet, so it's darker in color. So the compost covers the seeds. I press the compost firmly down with my hand. I will do so here. I left this uncovered just so I can demonstrate, and then I flip the plank. This place where the plank was is now leveled because I stepped on it working, and I can put the next variety here. And also the edge of the plank is the limiter for the compost level. I use it to hold the compost down, and then I mark each row with the digging knife, which is useful just for the beginning of the process, because after we start watering this with the shower, it will gradually remove those tiny indentations. But we specifically select the plants and the varieties so two adjacent types do not mix well, so it's easy to differentiate between the different seedlings which will come up here in the coming weeks. This space here which is left will be probably seeded with some passata or canning tomatoes and some other seeds which we didn't have the time to prepare for today. But what will happen now is I will finish the coriander, the cilantro seeds covering there, then we will water this thing and we'll put the tarp back on, and this will remain covered for maybe 7 to 10 days. No need to open it up even in the sunny days, because even if the temperature rises a lot inside, the seeds will be underground and germinating, so this will heat the soil, it will speed up the germination, and there won't be any heat damage to the plants. And also we're not expecting that high of a temperature. So after that, and I'll show you in the progress here in the coming weeks, when the plants start germinating, we'll have to come in every day and open the plastic to regulate the temperature. And that will be a daily chore, opening up and closing at night the plastic. until early May when we start planting stuff out. And this is the time lapse which I recorded earlier. It starts with me leveling the whole bed with a plank, and then we start the seed selection process. Each of the varieties or species which we choose gets seeded, and you can see the process which I just described in quick time. And one thing to note here is that for each of the little rows in the seed starting bed, I put lots and lots of seeds, easily in the hundreds. This is because we use our own seed and there's no guarantee how much of it will germinate. There's also pest pressure such as slugs and ants. And also we want to be sure that of every type of seed which we put into the seedling bed, we'll have enough to share with our community and our family as well. Another interesting tidbit is that most of the seeds we put in this bed so far are not food directly. Most of them are either flowers or herbs or some medicinal plants, with a few exceptions, but I'll talk about that in a future video. And this is the watered bed, covered with the plastic, secured with an old brick. And I hope in the following weeks I'll be able to share with you how the seeds develop inside. That was all for today, folks. Sunset here again, and I'll see you in the next one.